Well, since we have this device on the table, I guess we should talk about it. Or tablets in general.
Yeah.
So
we
there's
don't have a ton of details. So.
Yeah, there's not a lot here, but yeah, the Samsung stuff, like there's just been a few comments of people like, oh, I guess we're just writing about Samsung stuff now.
Yeah, because we covered like 3 things.
That's not the case. Clearly, there's some connection here. There's overlap. There's making sure these things work. All of that jazz. Anywho, detachables. What have you learned this past week, Roberto?
Yeah, we finally have detachables coming again, and we hadn't for
it's been a minute,
a long time.
Since these guys,
since this, yeah. And it's sometimes it's hard to find this stuff. Well, they've been working on this particular chip for a while, and they just put that. I think that commit I put the detachable thing on. It was like February 7th. Mm-hmm. So they've held off designating it as a detachable for some time. So. The MT8188 is an unnamed MediaTek chip that when we first saw it, I mean, you would think that is it 8192, right? It's the MediaTek Companion 800 mid-range. I think they shoehorn themselves a little bit with their internal modeling, but in the 95 is the big one, so 95, 92. So 88 comes out, you would just logically think it's somehow lower or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It doesn't always work that way, though.
Yeah, not the case here. And it did with the 8183 is the original duet. 8186 is this new Companion 520. So it's, they went up by 3.
Right.
You think, but they can't go up by 3 with the 92 because then you're into the 95, which is, they shoehorn themselves. They should have spread out a little bit. But whatever. The 88 is actually the same cores as the big chip that they make, so the Companion 1380. That one has 4 Cortex A78s and 4 A55s. This MT8188 is 2 of those big cores and 6 of those smaller cores. So it won't be as fast at multi-core stuff, but it will be able to kind of burst up and take care of tasks. And probably be a lot more battery friendly because you got 6 smaller cores working, but it will be way faster than the 800 series. So it'll probably fall in the 1000 series if I'm guessing. So we've got the 1200, maybe it'll be like an 1100 or something. I don't know. But the important part is they've made it clear that the reference port Geralt.
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 Yeah, I like Geralt. I like Geralt.
Gerald.
Geralt.
It's Gerald.
Geralt. Hey, Geralt.
But the reference board for it, very plain English, make this detachable. There will be detachable SKUs. So this is the base board for it. So we're still looking for more, boards to come off of this. But the MediaTek ones seem to be very slow to do that. Like it's development, and other devices. That's how they've all worked. And so, we at least know that there's a plan for multiple devices. So we don't know. Could be 2, could be 3.
So no manufacturers that you're seeing, no specific boards as of right now.
Like I was looking for at Geralt, and I was just like, I can't find any manufacturer emails. It's all Google and MediaTek. And I'm like, that's because it's a development board.
Yeah,
I'm going to place my wagers on.
I can't imagine they wouldn't make this.
Yeah, just a new version of duets.
That would be awesome, but I'm going Acer. I'm thinking Acer.
HP is going to bring. HP is coming back.
What's the what was the blue one?
Yeah, the Tab 10. I mean, they kind of pioneered the.
Yeah, they were the first. I
don't know if pioneered is the best word.
HP needs to come back. With the
HP,
just the X2 with a better chip.
Stick with it, yeah.
Like you could use the same frame and everything. It was pretty sweet.
The back piece on it had a huge, like this one has a very tiny little ridge. The back plate of that X11
was like a hinge.
Yeah, it was a big circle in it, so it rocked. Like that was one of the only frustrations I had with that device, and it was too slow.
But yeah, you do that chip, the rechargeable the NFC rechargeable USI that you have. Yeah, that's a great device.
Yeah, and the pin was bad on it because it was slow.
Right.
Like it wasn't the pin, it wasn't the screen, it was just slow. And so, you're going to get this kind of high-end MediaTek performance, which rivals, Core i3 Intel type stuff. And, battery efficiency and, detachable form factors. And so I as excited as I've been about any category of like new device coming, like I am really, really excited. It's the first time I could think. Yeah, we haven't had other than the Slate. And the Slate was just weird. It's just so awkward.
A little ahead of its time.
Yeah, and it just wasn't
rushed,
ready. But
maybe.
But this, I bet you this chip will do better even than the i3 or the i5 that's in the Slate, that 8th gen
M series,
Y series.
I would almost
chip,
guarantee
or
it.
M series, yeah.
But it's also going to handle Android apps way smoother because it's more native. Yeah.
So super interesting. The panel, I did find that the panel they're testing. It doesn't mean it's going to be manufactured with this. Just
8K.
But they could literally plug it into a television if they wanted to.
Right.
They could run it through some stuff and hook it up to whatever. If they're just needing a screen to see what they're doing on it, they're clearly getting it. Testing it on something that's going to be close. It's a 2000 by 1200 screen, so 5 by 3 screen, which is not quite 16 by 10 squareness. It's like between 16 by 9, 16 by 10, which is weird.
It's floating in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I'd rather see it closer to 3 by 2.
Yeah,
square these things up a little bit. If it's going to be smaller, but it's an 11-inch, so decent resolution, 400 nit panel that they're testing. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, but. Yeah, I'm thinking of devices like this, like how thin and light and handleable this thing is. Like, give me this, just cut off the edge. And
then when you get to the desk,
having the performance that you can sit down and do your work, and not be like, kind of like this one. You kind of can
on the edge,
but you feel it.
Yeah,
like it all the time.
I tried docking into the house, and
it's okay. It does okay. But I would love to see some devices. I would love to see a semi-premium tablet. I'd love to see like a Samsung show up with a Galaxy Tab Chromebook.
Sure. Is there any sort of like licensing or contracts that these companies sign when they use a particular chipset? Like, surely Lenovo doesn't have anything that says they have to use another Qualcomm chip.
No, because they've gone both. Yeah.
The one before was MediaTek.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in the future, like is it a year process? Like the original Duet came out, it was 2 years, and then this comes out. Like
I don't think
because they just launched a number of MediaTek laptops.
And all those that awesome tablet we saw. Remember that big tablet we saw out in Vegas?
That's Dimensity.
What was the name of that?
It's the Ultimate or Ultra.
Yeah,
it is Ultimate. Yeah, Pro Max.
Not that we really have any use for that or whatever. I kind of just want to get one around. Just
that thing was tasty.
I mean, they sent me that little tab. I can email her back and see if they have one.
Send us the big boy.
Yeah, we could do something I think around that, just being like, hey, it's a big Android tablet versus Chromebook.
But I think
there's obviously people buying them.
Well, that and saying highlighting that new Dimensity chip. Like, look, the future of ChromeOS could be really interesting with these types of chips in it. Because that's supposed to be a really beefy chip.
Yeah. I mean, devices like that with ChromeOS on them,
be fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. Like big tablets they're interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird space.
If they're done right. I did really like this tablet. I just wish it had a little bit more pep under the hood.
Just a tiny bit more juice would have been fantastic. Coming. Yeah,
it's not just like one day maybe. No, it's coming.
Yeah, we've been excited about that idea for a while. In my conversation,
told us.
In my conversation with Adam King from MediaTek when the 1200 was announced, he said, "Stay tuned." Whenever I was like, "Man, we would just love to have this type of 1200 or 1000 series."
He's like,
even the 800 or whatever, the 828. Like,
I would have been happy with that.
Throw that in a tablet. That'd be great. And he was like, "Stay tuned. I think you'll be really excited about the future of MediaTek chips." I was like, "Yes." So, very exciting stuff. Obviously, not a ton of details right now, but it's awesome to see these boards. This board, as of right now,
the 8188's been in development though for 8 months at this point, so it's not like it's young.
It's close to production ready.
They've worked out the kinks, and because it's very similar to some of the other chips, a lot of it's upstream, and so, like they're pulling stuff they've already done. So, it's not a big leap to think that it could be
soon
in the next few months.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching this clip of the Chromecast podcast. If you want to see the full episode, it's linked down in the show notes. This was just a little teaser, just a little snippet. So you can watch the whole episode if you'd like. It's linked down below. But if you like this content, give us a thumbs up. Go down there and click subscribe and click the notification bell next to it so that you get an alert when we put out future clips. All right, we'll catch you all in the next one. See you.